The F4 Defense PDW. Let's check it out. Guys, today we're going to take a look at the F4 Defense PDW, or personal defense weapon. This is a really quality AR-15. It's in the pistol configuration. It has one of the PDW SB Tactical Braces, which this thing is just phenomenal. I mean, it's just so well done. But that just is a small part of what this pistol is all about. F4 Defense makes some really high quality AR-15s, and in a market that's flooded with cheap AR-15s, this one really stands out in the crowd. Guys, by the time you spend $500–600 on a really basic AR, and then you begin to add all the different parts that go to it, this is a great way just to step into a really high quality rifle with everything already ready to go. The F4 Defense F415 pistol. And this comes in 300 blackout, as you see here, but it also comes in 5.56. There's a lot of really cool features on this firearm, but some of the main things that I really look for, they've covered it. And the first is the bolt carrier group. It is a nickel boron bolt carrier, so it's going to be really easy to clean. But it's also 158 Carpenter steel with the bolt, the 8620 bolt carrier group, which that's up to mil spec, 4140 extractor. It has been MPI tested, which is magnetic particle testing. We'll take a better look at the bolt carrier and the bolt once we open up. Another thing is the barrel. The barrel is 416R stainless steel. Stainless steel really gives you great accuracy, and we'll look at a little bit more of the details of the barrel. It's a 7.5-inch barrel. But as you see, it's a fairly small package, and with the SB Tactical Brace, which I really like, especially the PDW brace, that's my favorite. And so, you know, there's just a lot of cool features. First thing we'll do is make sure the gun is unloaded. We don't have a magazine in it, but we're going to pull the bolt back, and it's empty. Now, the upper and lower receiver are a match set. They are 70/75 T6 aluminum, which is up to mil spec. This is CNC machine, so there's a lot of precision that you're not going to see on your standard forged lowers. Integral trigger guard, and you've got these guards here to protect your mag release. Flared mag well, which, go ahead and drop that out, but you can see the flare, and so it's going to be really easy to get these magazines in and out of the mag well. Now, one thing that you're going to notice is this little button here, and this is a bolt release. It's an ambidextrous bolt release, and here it's on the right side. We're going to pull the charging handle back, lock it into place, and then we just press, and it drives the bolt home. Now, here we have the standard bolt release, but you can see that it is an upgraded part. It has serrations, it's wider, and it has serrations down here at the bottom. Right here is your mag release on the other side. So again, we have ambidextrous features throughout this firearm. We have the battle arms development, short throw, safety, and so that gives us a little bit of a shorter throw instead of pulling it all the way down. And it is ambidextrous as well. Forward assist, the whole housing here. I mean, look how decorative. I mean, that is a beautiful receiver altogether. And then, of course, you have your markings here for safe and fire. But this has so many features just around, you know, the magazine release, the bolt release, the ambidextrous safety or selector, and then we have the ambidextrous, and this is the quick response charging handle. And so you've got two places to grab, and yet it's really strong. This is actually produced by F4. Now, of course, the barrel is installed, so we can't really look at it, but again, it is a 7.5-inch barrel. It is 416R stainless. It's a 1-in-7 twist, but one of the big things about this barrel is that it is a polygonal rifling. It's more of a series of arches than of grooves, and it's really similar to the infield rifling, which is a very accurate system. It's going to be less drag on the bullet, and it's going to give you better accuracy. Now, with the 7.5-inch barrel, they do have a pistol length gas system, and this is to aid in reliability. Sometimes when you have a shorter gas system, though, it can be a little harsh, but with that muzzle brake, this was really flat shooting. Now, the rail system is the adaptive rail system. It's an 8.3-inch rail. It weighs only 8 ounces, so it's very lightweight, very handy. The handguard is M-LOK compatible. But then here on the end, we have Picatinny rails. And so this is really where I put most of my, whether it's lights, lasers, things like that, right here on the end. So instead of having to find my M-LOK rail, which I've done lately, and try to attach it, these are already attached. The great thing is it's all the way out to the front of the firearm. So I can grab here, it's really nice and thin, no sharp edges, but then I can put all my accessories right here at the front. And of course we have Picatinny rail all along the top, and then again obviously on top of the receiver. Now the barrel nut or the attachment point is stainless, and then we have this attachment point here to really give this a good solid lockdown. And there are anti-rotational tabs that keep this from any kind of shifting. QD points here at the bottom and on the other side. Now the muzzle device is a linear comp. And so all the gas is going to come out of the front, but there are ports that come along. So this is going to really help to reduce a lot of that blowback on the side and concussion. So everything is going to be forced forward. This also helps with noise reduction because really when you're shooting, especially with those comps that come out of the side, they can be extremely loud. And so this really does help. Here you can see the ports on the end of the comp. It does have a recessed area and it's really large. So it does fill inside of your handguard. And of course this can be removed if you want to put an adapter for a suppressor. But the CNC machining is just excellent. I mean, they did a beautiful job on the upper and lower receiver. It has the Mission First tactical pistol grip, really ergonomic, has serrations on the back or these grooves, and then of course this pebble texturing all through with slight finger grooves. Here at the bottom you have a little rubber cover that you can put different things, an extra bolt or some batteries, and then this just locks down. Now they're using the SB Tactical Pdw Brace, which, guys, I'm telling you, this is my favorite. These rods, they really hold up well. It's a very short system. Right here is your lever to adjust, and it comes out in 2 different positions. It's just a good solid lockup. Once this kind of works in, you can bring it straight out without hitting this button, but then to collapse it, you have to just press the button in and it brings it closed. But I find that at first I have to work this a little bit before that actually starts to open up. We do have a QD point right back here as well. The pins are really snug fit. In fact, I had to use a brass punch to pop this pin out. Here we have the ELF SC trigger. I've reviewed a couple of the ELF triggers before. They are excellent. I mean, they're really good quality triggers. Very nice break. I mean, this is going to give you really good accuracy at the bench. Very smooth action. Now to give you an idea of the trigger action with the ELF trigger, right here we have just a nice little bit of take up, enough to know that you're right here getting ready to break. And then a super crisp break. Here with reset, right there. I mean, it is super quick. We're going to check the trigger pull weight with our Lyman trigger gauge from Brownells. 3 pounds 6 ounces. 3 pounds 4.3 ounces. 3 pounds 5.1 ounces. And the trigger pull weight states it at 3.5 pounds, so we're right there in the ballpark. Let's go ahead and pull out the bolt carrier. The bolt carrier group is nickel boron. It's a really nice finish on it. We shot about 500 rounds, and the bolt carrier just looks great. It was really easy just to wipe down. Of course, the 158 Carpenter steel bolt. And so it's just M16 bolt carrier with the shroud, and of course grade 8 fasteners, and they're properly staked. Just an excellent piece. This and the barrel is the heart of your rifle, so it's really important to get these right. And then here we have the quick response charging handle. I want to go ahead and pull this out, let you see how it how it functions, but you have these two ears here. You can just pull them out, and then it just brings that latch back. But it's good and strong, good strong system. Now, we were using the Trijicon MRO. This is an excellent red dot, rugged. Then we were using the American Defense Manufacturing QD mount. And so with that, we were just shooting about 50 yards to get some accuracy. Give a big thank you to Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammo. We're using 150 grain, 300 blackout. This is the full metal jacket, and this is the boat tail.
There.
Now, when I first got to the range, I sat down and just went ahead and sighted in the rifle. And once I got it sighted in, this is just the first group that I shot with the MRO, of course, zero magnification, and 5-round group right here, one flyer. I knew I'd pulled it, but this was using the 150 grain Fiocchi. If I put a magnified optic on here, I know we could get a really tight group even at 100 yards. The barrel is up to it. Went out for range day. Sometimes 300 blackout, can be a little finicky. Sometimes, typically the gas port. In fact, I've had a number of times where I've bought rifles or a barrel and had to drill out the gas port. The gas port on this rifle was just right. We had zero malfunctions. We were shooting some different type 300 blackout ammunition and just didn't have any problems. It's soft shooting. The muzzle brake, which is very large, and of course it's pointed as we've looked at, but it handled the recoil extremely well. All the controls having ambidextrous, mag release, ambidextrous bolt release, and then of course the charging handle being ambidextrous. I mean, just no matter where you put your hand, you're ready to manipulate the firearm. You've got control over it, and that really makes it nice. Just the high quality of the parts. And the accuracy was exceptional, even with the MRO that we were using. There's just something about getting out to the range with an AR-15 that has everything done right. And that's what F4 Defense did. The SP Tactical Brace is solid. And that's one of the things sometimes about some of the braces, they seem a little bit flimsy. But the way this thing is built, and of course with this rubberized piece on the back, you have your controls where you can adjust this to wherever you want to. And I just really like the construction of this, and I was really glad when this had it when it came in. SP Tactical Brace, it's the PDW. It is my favorite. You can it collapses down to a very small package. What I love about this brace is that we can bring this out if we need to, and anybody with disabilities can use this to help brace their arms so they can shoot with one hand. Honestly, overall, range day was just excellent. Now, obviously, with all the different features of the Ambi controls, the competition trigger, the barrel, stainless barrel, the nickel boron bolt carrier, the Ambi latch, the SP Tactical pistol brace, and the billet CNC machined 7075 T6 aluminum, the muzzle brake, the handguard. I mean, this is a really great package. But of course, all that comes with a price, and when you get the best you can put on here, which to me, this is some of the best I've seen. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of AR-15s, and as far as premium features, I've never seen one that matches this one. And so it's definitely higher than your standard AR. These come in on the F4 Defense website. They're listed for like $19.05. And then of course there are some upgrades that can run the price up a little bit more. On Rainier Arms, I saw it for $18.50, so there may be another place that you could find it for a little cheaper. But for the features you're getting, guys, this is not a bad price. I've seen AR-15s that I thought there is no reason why it should cost that much. But with what they have going here, I can definitely see the price. Now, is that for you? No, not necessarily. You may be looking for an entry-level $600 or $700 AR-15, and they're out there. But to get all the features that are on this rifle, I think it's pretty spot on. So guys, check out F4 Defense. I think you're going to find that they are putting together some really premium rifles with all the different features, that you could dream of. With the ambidextrous magazine release, ambidextrous bolt release, the ambidextrous charging handle. You can switch to that left side and feel pretty much at home. And of course, a lot of quality features. As far as cons go, you know, and I really tried to look over the rifle to see if there was anything, honestly, that I would change. And I can say that there is nothing that I would change on this rifle. The only con that I could see that some guys are going to see is, you know, the price. It's not a, you know, inexpensive AR-15, but you get what you pay for. So if you're in the market for a premium AR-15, then check out F4 Defense. And I want to thank F4 Defense for sending the PDW for this test and evaluation. This has been just exceptional, and I'm looking forward to more range time. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Guys, there are a lot of AR, and so we're going to take a look though. Love that steel, baby. Love it. Boat tail, hollow point. All right. And so, you know, it's really fat. It's okay. It was beautiful.